our hurricane expert, Bryan Norcross. He is being brought out of hibernation. Here we go. We've got possible Bertha coming up here within the next day or so. I mean, I'm sure you've been watching the recon, hurricane hunters flying through this storm. Anything stick out at you?
Well, yeah, just that it's not much of a tropical depression even. It's a big, broad circulation, as you were talking about, Ari. And the reason is because it came from an upper-level low, which by its nature is a big circulation that kind of worked its way down to the surface. So we have a bunch of things going on here. One is big circulations take time to organize and have a center, and things eventually, if it were to develop enough, end up with an eye. You know, this is a process that's not going to happen right away, as you say. Otherwise, there's a lot of dry air involved here, and there's still that upper level low that's going to continue to pull dry air into it. So all this is going to take some time. 30 miles an hour is what the hurricane hunters found. It's also what the satellite found. Essentially stationary, actually kind of meandering around, not moving north yet. The idea is that overnight tonight it'll start its move to the north up toward the eastern panhandle, and there's the pressure the hurricane hunters measured. 1010 millibars, so slowly lowering pressure, although this is our first actual measurement inside the storm. Here's the cone that Ari was showing, and here's the story with the cone. First of all, let me emphasize that anytime a storm is just developing, or a system is just developing, or it's moving slowly, or it's disorganized, the forecasts always have more uncertainty than normal, and theoretically the cone should be even bigger. The cones are always the same size for every storm in a given hurricane season, the way we do the cones right now, but really this one should be bigger because of all the uncertainties involved. So the idea is it slowly moves north and kind of leans toward the west a little bit, and maybe it becomes a tropical storm by tomorrow afternoon. But in this slow-moving process here, the big question is, do the upper level winds and the dryness and all the other things just give it enough space to intensify some? If it were to intensify more than this, say, then it's more likely to go to the left side of the cone and stay offshore. If it can't intensify and the dry air and everything causes it problems, then it's more likely to come up in here somewhere. So the cone takes all those kinds of things into account, but the intensity and the track are interrelated. Now, in terms of the kind of mid-line forecast, or the Hurricane Center actually says they're leaning toward the slightly stronger forecast. You see they bring it up to a 60-mile-an-hour tropical storm in this Wednesday-Thursday time frame. It looks like Tuesday night into Wednesday is its best opportunity in terms of less hostile upper-level winds if it's going to intensify. So that would be somewhere in this area right here, and then that'll affect what happens downstream. So anyway, that's what's going on. Here's the wide view of the satellite, and you can see here, look at the dry air coming down in here and wrapping around into the circulation, and that upper level low is helping that. Also kind of dry air coming up in here, and you'll see when we look at the model, lots of dry air around. But we do have these pretty strong bands going on. We also, when we look at the radar here, can see there's a lot of space in between these bands because of dry air that's all kind of wrapped around this circulation. It's going to have to get rid of that dry air if it's actually going to be able to intensify. Another thing that's got going against it is look close up here. North of where the National Hurricane Center has the center, look at this thing spinning up here. I didn't draw that very well, but there it is right in there. Spinning right there. That's kind of a little low-pressure system rotating around the big center. And when you have those, it's kind of sucking energy from the system, makes it harder for things to develop around the real center. You see, we're getting some thunderstorms down around the real center, but boy, not much. Everything is kind of spread out here, and consolidating that into a center where you can intensify the system takes time. And I don't know, tomorrow may be rushing it. We'll see. It's over the very warm Gulf of Mexico with lots of warm water, lots of energy. So that's all encouraging. So, all right, let me show you this model here, because it's actually pretty representative, and we can look at the set of things. The deep greens are the moisture. Here are the bands we're seeing up into the panhandle now. It's really raining up there. All right, now let's go forward in time to tomorrow. and take a look at all of the models, and you see everybody pretty much agrees. Not going to move much until tomorrow morning, but then we're going to see some changes as we go forward. Notice around Tallahassee, Panama City up here, the deeper greens. This is where the heaviest rain chance is in this whole thing, because as it gets going forward in time, look at this dry air. The browns and the light greens all continue to feed into it and kind of erode this part of the moisture here. Still, though, around Tallahassee on Tuesday, still looks like a potential for heavy rain. Notice everybody pretty much agrees. Here we are, Tuesday morning, looking up here for the time. Now watch as we go forward in time to Wednesday. Now we get some disagreement. The European, the ECMWF, and the GFS say weaker moving north. The AI models, Google and, again, the European AI, say maybe a little stronger, a little farther south. And when we look at all the individual ensembles, they're called, the stronger ones come on down here. So when we get to this middle part of the week, we have just less certainty, as we always do, moving forward in time. There we look at the L's all spread out. Notice the Google ones are pretty confident that it's going to end up in this area here. But look at the red ones that are spread out all over the place. Again, stronger ones over here, weaker ones up in here. So how it develops tomorrow is going to be critical to what we see downstream. Confidence pretty high for the next couple days, and then when we get out here into the future, what's going to happen farther into Louisiana and Texas, confidence gets much, much lower. So when you look at the cone, you look at the forecast like we look at the rain forecast, aims right at Corpus Christi. Confidence is low that far out because of all these variables we've been talking about. And all right, I think this really tells the story here of the dry air up in here getting pushed down into it. And look at it, even though the track is forecast to be here close to the coast, the rain is forecast to be pretty much all offshore, except for that early stuff. The next couple days in the Panhandle, Panama City, Tallahassee, potential for very heavy rain there. So, as always, until systems come together, exactly what we're going to get is always a big question, and we have to allow for a lot of possibilities.
So correct me if I'm wrong here. I mean, to me it seems like the farther to the south the center goes, the higher chance it has at becoming a stronger storm. Yet, as it continues to move toward the west, as it gets closer to the western Gulf, it probably loses a lot of strength either way. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out here is there any scenario where there's a hurricane that affects the coast where that's possible? To me, it doesn't appear like that's a high likelihood, right?
Well, if you take the National Hurricane Center's forecast at face value, they run it into the land, and so therefore, because it's running into Louisiana, it's not going to be very strong when it gets to Texas if it were to go down the middle of the cone. Okay. If, however, in this little window it has, probably late tomorrow or maybe Tuesday is the prime time there. That seems like when the atmospheric conditions have the least amount of hostile upper level winds, upper level shear that is affecting it. So if it gets stronger there, and then the flow that is going to increase, the steering flow, it will push it farther south. So I don't think it's so much that it stays offshore. It's more like it can stay offshore if it can get stronger, because the upper level flow is going to be really strong and pushing dry air in. That's why the models uniformly say the rain stays in the Gulf. The heaviest rain stays in the Gulf because everything's being pushed south. And in that environment, you would think it would not be able to intensify very much, except for that little window on Tuesday, which is very much a maybe.
Okay, yeah, this is kind of an interesting setup here. I mean, you've got somewhat weaker high pressure off toward the east. There's a much stronger high that's sitting up over the U.S. And, real quick, because we're a little bit low on time here, what affects the steering flow more? Is it the flow down close to the surface, or is it the flow that's higher up in the air?
No, it's the flow that is caused by the high that's up over the plains that's going to nose in over the east. Everything is kind of shifting east a little bit, and the thinking is, especially if this thing can have pretty tall thunderstorms, that's what's going to make it turn to the west. The question is how much effect. The stronger the storm, the more effect, so more of a southwest move for a stronger potential Tropical Storm Bertha.
All right, good stuff. Hey, thanks a lot for the time here tonight. Bryan Norcross, our hurricane expert. Really good stuff. You know, every time we get into one of these situations where we have a tropical system, I like to just listen to Bryan for a couple of minutes straight, and then I feel like I'm totally briefed on everything. So we appreciate it. We will see you back here in a little bit.
All right.